Hello friends, my name is James Hopkins, and as always I'm joined by my good friends Bryan and Anthony Alessino, as well as my younger brother, Jack Hopkins. On this show we're all about parlays, overs, unders, spreads, and money lines. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Parlay-Vous. Welcome to another episode of Parlay-Vous, everybody. Got Bryan Castiglione, Anthony Alessino, and I am James Hawkinjos. Jack not here, attending bar over at Top Golf. We said we were going to discuss it. We'll do it right at the top of the show. America was eliminated in the round of 16 in the World Cup. I'll tell you right now, I watched the entire game. They, largely dominated that game.
Who?
America.
No.
Yes, dude.
No.
They largely...
I watched the same fucking...
They largely dominated most of that first game other than the two possessions. They had, two scoring chances and 2 goals in the first half.
Who?
The Netherlands. They had exactly 2 chances and converted both of them. It was bad defense
they
in the transition.
Way faster than us.
And I don't know. I'm not a soccer expert, but I have watched hours and hours of soccer growing up. My brother was a fairly good soccer player. Watched a bunch of it. I'm not going to go calling specific guys out, but I just feel like there was no sense of urgency once we got in within the outer box. You know what I'm saying? There were chances, and I felt like there wasn't a sense of urgency to get the ball over the middle a lot early in that game.
Yeah.
And then Pulisic missed as good of a chance as you're going to get in the fifth minute.
Fifth minute,
yeah. So we're out. It was good to get there.
Yeah, we're out. It's okay.
Probably not going to watch much more of it unless, we might gamble on some of it later on. By the time we get to the championship. What?
I'm not going to watch any of it.
I might watch the championship.
I'm all set.
The final round, whatever it is.
I'm all set. Last night I needed Alvin Kamara to get 5.4 points, and he didn't do it. Outrageous stuff, but that's it. That's all that.
I watched exactly 2 snaps of the game last night.
Or
the last 2.
Snaps. Or 0 snaps.
Well, I got up.
Not worth a fucking damn.
I got up to get a glass of water, and my dad was like, "You watching this? Tom's about to win this fucking game." And the last I saw, the score was 16-3, so I was like, "Of course he is. Let me go watch this." And I watched 2 snaps. Tommy won it, and then I went to bed. I watched Monday Night Raw last night.
I don't watch that either. I was asleep by 9.
Love that, dude. You were well rested for your great day you had at work today.
Yeah, exactly. Little did I know I was going to need the rest. But anyway.
So we thought we had breaking news right before we entered the studio. Turns out it is not yet breaking news, so we cannot include Aaron Judge just yet. But Jacob Degrom, scumbag for life.
I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I will say this. Verlander being a Met is pretty cool because Verlander and his hot wife, Kate Upton, she flipped off, him and her, flipped off Philly fans walking off the bus in the World Series. And that's the kind of energy that New Yorkers bring. So I really feel like he's going to slide in real well. Yeah. He'll be good here. Yeah, he's 39 years old. He's getting paid almost
$88 million.
$4 million a year.
44.3 because one of the, I want to say Pirates, but it could not be the Pirates. Athletics possibly. Could have been the Athletics. Total salary 44.4, and then Verlander and Scherzer each individually 44.3. Mm-hmm. Uncle Steve's bringing the checkbook, dude.
Yeah, dude, whatever. When you have a fucking tremendous checkbook, you got to write some tremendous checks. I don't know what to tell you. You know?
He's got to sweep in at the 5th hour and get Judge to Queens.
That would be dope, but he's not going to do that.
No.
It would be dope.
Hey, didn't they sign a center fielder today?
No, they didn't. They need to.
Did the Yankees sign a center fielder today?
Oh, no.
Someone signed a center fielder today. At least the guys at work who love baseball that think I'm a diehard talk to me about baseball every day. I walk in from break. They're like, "Any news?" I'm like, "I wasn't looking for it."
Couldn't find any football. No, Verlander's a great signing because for 2 years, dude, you pay him and then he retires. It's all good. $44 million off the books.
So how do we round it out now? Pass it. We let go. You bring Carrasco.
So right now, Carrasco's still on the team.
Carrasco's still there.
So right now, it's Scherzer,
Lugo?
Verlander. No, Scherzer, Verlander, Carrasco, Dave Peterson, and Tyler Miguel, whatever.
Tyler McGill.
Yeah, he's the one that threw the no-hitter.
Yeah, he was part of it, yeah.
So, I mean, Fangraphs has them ranked as the number 1 rotation in baseball. I don't think so, but
I don't think so either.
I think the top 5 as it stands. If you can get Bassett back, you get Bassett back. If you can get Carlos Rodon, that's the move. He's a lefty.
Yeah, but you also need to bring Nimmo back.
I heard Nimmo's walking.
Done for good.
I think that they said the sides are getting too far apart, and so someone's going to offer Nimmo $100 million, and I think that's the icing on the cake there. He's 30 years old. The problem, I think he's turning 30. The problem is center fielders. If you're not young and spry, you can't move Marte there. He's 34 years old, coming off a core injury. Hasn't been healthy for quite some time. So, I don't know. My fear is that there's not much center field out there right now. So, if they don't take Nimmo, they're going to start pressing themselves. So, I would extend myself, even if I had to overpay for Nimmo, because there's not much else out there at center field. There isn't. And people are, there's already been $1 billion in deals in the MLB.
Yeah, wild.
$1 billion
Trey
in deals.
Turner, $300 million.
And we didn't even talk about Judge or Dansby Swanson or Alexander Bogaerts, who are all going to get 200 plus. I mean, Rodon might get 150 million.
Well, Degrom, 185, 5 years, ridiculous.
Oh.
And how old? Degrom's 34?
4, yeah.
So 39 years old, you're going to be paying.
Yeah, but he's broken down.
Yeah,
Verlander's not broken down. Well, Verlander's repaired. He got Tommy John 2 years ago. So in theory, I don't know what it's worth, but he might be able to go for a little bit. Who knows?
Way more reliable.
Only need him for 2 years.
Over the last 3 years, way more reliable than Degrom. What's the best ability in sports?
Playability.
Availability.
Same thing. Playability, availability is the same thing. Anyway, here we go. Do you want to get super neutrally upset about the Giants first, or do you want to do the Jets?
I was going to mention Dillashaw.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Dillashaw, yeah.
Sorry.
Bryan, you had more of the story. I only know what you told me.
Honestly, I kind of, it was weird. So last night, it popped up. It said TJ Dillashaw removed from the roster because I follow the roster watch on Twitter. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that doesn't mean anything. Sometimes they just get removed because of inactivity and stuff. So he got removed from the roster, and then someone released something on Twitter from his agent saying that he's not retiring. He's rehabbing his shoulder, and it's going to be a very long rehab, and he's coming back in a couple months. Mm-hmm. And then 20 minutes later, I get an alert, TJ Dillashaw retires. So I'm not sure if he was just retiring the whole time, if there was some weird in-between moment where he was like, no, I'll be back, and then just decided, fuck it, or the news broke weird, but all in all, he's retired.
What are we doing this for, though? We know he's never going to be a champ again.
No.
You might be able to go over to one fight club and fight over there.
Yeah.
You might be able to go fight over in Bellator.
Well, that's what I figured.
But if the goal is to be the best of the best, the door's been slammed shut on TJ repeatedly now. And when he was good, we have to question if he was was it blood doping? Whatever he was doing.
All I know is whatever he was doing was aiding recovery. I'm not exactly sure. It wasn't helping him build muscle.
I think it might have been blood doping.
But usually that is blood doping, yeah.
And Cody said it about him, right?
Yeah.
Cody said it about him before he got popped. He's like, there's no way. And then Cody came out and smoked him in the next fight, right? When he was clean. Am I remembering this correctly?
No, Dillashaw beat him both times.
Dillashaw beat him.
So who smoked him after he came back from...
Cejudo.
Yes, Cejudo's the one who smoked him after that.
That's why I know.
Yeah. But that's Cejudo. He's going to fuck up.
So my point is, for what? What are we going to still fight? What are we still fighting for? What is he, 36, TJ?
33.
33.
That's it.
I looked it up yesterday. Yeah.
33 years old. I mean, money's not the issue because he's got any color commentating job, any desk job in the business that he wants. In 2022, he could start a fucking fighting podcast, start a non-fighting podcast.
Sorry, he's 36.
And build 36, all right. And build an entire second career. Everyone's doing it now. Would you not listen to TJ Dillashaw if he came out with a podcast? Plenty of people would listen to him.
I love TJ. I don't love him as a person. I'm not saying I wouldn't listen to him. What does this mean? How does this make you feel? That's the real question.
I don't really care. I feel like the TJ Dillashaw's last 3 fights were him just looking like, all right, this might be it.
Because
Like,
it makes me angry.
One is last
it makes
3.
you angry?
Angry. Downright
Why
annoyed.
does it make you angry?
Downright annoyed. So let's do it this way. Knowing that his shoulder was hurt, knowing that it was popping out multiple times, knowing that he had this injury, knowing that it was going to be a surgery and a long recovery, why take a world title fight? Knowing that this was your last run at things, knowing that all of that we know now, why even do this? Why even run amok and do this and challenge Sterling and go through the whole run of it for no reason? No reason other than knowing you're going to get the floor wiped with you. It was all about money. And that sucks for UFC fans. That sucks. Because Dillashaw was out for a while, jumped the line, coming back from steroids.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Completely jumped the line to get annihilated. And yet you could say, well, he had one shoulder. Yeah, but he knew he had one shoulder. So there's no excuse. He knew he had one shoulder.
Plus, he doesn't beat Aljamain. He doesn't beat
There
Aljamain.
are people out there that thought he could beat Aljamain.
He might have been able to beat Aljamain today in TJ's body from 7 years ago. He might be able to beat Aljamain.
No, that's fine.
If we could do that,
but I'm just
play it like
saying,
Mortal Kombat.
You just took away. Like I don't. That's the one thing that bothers me about UFC. It's not even the jumping of the rankings, because I understand that.
No, that
like,
kind of bothers me.
But the money needs to be made where the money.
Right.
I get that. Like, I get all that. But like, off steroids, off an injury, off an extended timeout, and we just give you just get a title shot for what?
Well, the division's weak too.
I mean,
and Aljamain's versed pretty much the top.
And it's
that were there,
box
like,
office.
Yeah.
box office but again, for what? For one round, him saying sorry at the end of it. I shouldn't have done this.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have taken this fight. I let the division down. And guess what? What happens? Tell me what happens from that.
It just backs up the division.
Aljamain now takes a fight with another fighter who's is not active. Cejudo.
Yeah.
Who's not active, who hasn't fought, who hasn't earned. Well, I mean, at some point he was earning the keep, but you know what I'm saying. So think about being like a top 5 fighter in that division, just sitting there like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
O'Malley.
They're holding out, though. They're
O'Malley.
protecting
O'Malley.
Sean.
He
They've
just
been
got-
protecting
Yeah,
Sean.
but now he's here. So
Dana White is
if I'm
long-term
O'Malley,
booking
if
with
I-
Sean O'Malley.
That is 100%.
Yeah, it's long-term booking, to use a pro wrestling
He's like,
term.
this is a cash.
He's
It
been
is.
protecting Sugar up until the Jan fight. He's been protecting him, and even I argued that that was the perfect time for him to fight Jan.
yeah, well,
Coming-
because
you know?
Absolutely.
he
Because
could
it's supposed to
recover.
prove it fight.
Yeah,
But he could recover.
Yeah,
if he
right.
lost.
If you lose, then you say, oh, you jumped too high.
But
Come back down to earth.
Now the
if you
problem-
win,
and Jan
like
was
this
coming
guy,
off of a
prove it.
loss.
Yeah.
Now the problem is
Yeah,
what do you do?
exactly.
What do you do now? Right? So you're gonna hold Sugar Sean out until a title fight, which could be end of 2023, but that man's box office. So what do? You run him back with Marlon Vera, who almost beat him. He did
He
beat him.
did beat him.
But
He beat him. Like it or hate it,
but
he beat him.
could have actually beat him. He beat
Yeah.
him to an injury, which was good on Vera. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't like
But he was beat.
he checked the kick, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But at the same time, so you're gonna run it like I just don't understand. It's just some things I just don't understand. I never will. Sometimes there's really good matches made. Kevin Holland versus Wonderboy was a really, really good matchmaking decision. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any of us view Holland as a title contender.
I don't think Holland views himself as a title contender.
But-
I think he's just trying to throw
I'll sure as
hands
shit
and-
watch him every time.
Yeah,
he
I love
fights.
Kevin Holland. He's the man.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's the man.
And I don't even know if I view Wonderboy as a title contender at this point. But it's
No, but Wonderboy's so fun to watch, and he
Yeah.
gets just such a bad rep with casuals over the 3 straight fights. Was it him 3 straight fights, or he was in 2 of them? It was Ty Woodley's 3 straight boring fights, but 2 of them were Wonderboy.
2 were Wonderboy,
Yeah,
and
they
then
were- yeah, they
Wonderboy.
were-
No,
And the
and then
one-
it was Damian Maya.
Yeah, who's a wrestling specialist.
But
So
that
it
was
was,
against Tyron Woodley.
I'm talking Ty Woodley had 3 straight boring
Yeah,
fights,
yeah,
and 2 of them were
Wonderboy, and then.
But people talk about
Damian Maya.
Wonderboy like he's boring based off of basically those 2 fights, really. And it's like you weren't watching Wonderboy in the race car era then, I guess. Like, the NASCAR short era.
He was fucking-
Wonderboy
I'm
was
not-
always exciting.
I'm not sure, and this is what I think freaks the casuals out. I'm not sure what Wonderboy. I know he feared the takedown, but like Woodley wasn't really trying to take him down throughout that fight.
No, he was standing with him.
It wasn't something. So I think that was the trepidation. Like, had Woodley shot 6, 7, 8 times, I would have been like, oh yeah, you had like, yeah, this is how you do this. You know what I mean? But one of those fights was so bad. Like the minimal punches thrown.
Wonder Boy's whole style is like make a mistake and I'm gonna make you pay for it.
It's karate. It's point fighting, except
point fighting karate.
Except I'm throwing real hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In karate, you get disqualified in the Olympics for throwing too hard.
Yeah.
So you throw for a point, but if you throw and hurt them, you can get disqualified. That's kind of crazy.
That is.
You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with I believe it's the same thing with boxing, right? If you hurt
in the
them,
Olympics,
yeah, you can't.
I don't know.
If you knock them out in the Olympics, you lose. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
Could be wrong. I gotta fact check myself on that, but I think that's how it goes. And so that's that thing. That's his fighting style. You know what I mean? I watch Kevin Holland 10 times out of 10. But yeah,
dude, I'll still tune in every time Wonder Boy fights until he retires, and he's like 40 now, right? He's not. He's no spring chicken.
40, but
How old's Wonder Boy?
I'll find out.
You can knock people out in the Olympics.
You can?
Yeah.
But you can't in karate.
I'm not sure. I would assume karate seems more like we wouldn't be able to knock people out. I would think.
Yeah, it's about the respect of the art,
Right,
you know?
and I think it's more of like a chess match, less of a fight sort of thing. When those sort of that's
It's like
obvious.
it's like when we used to play kung fu.
Wonder Boy is older than I.
41?
40, right?
He is 39.
39.
He turns 40 in February.
Yeah, he's older.
Nailed it with the age.
He said his style is kickboxing. Not buying it. Or I shouldn't say that.
No, it's Kempo karate.
No, his style on Wikipedia. Whoever did this.
Right, but look, what's his karate?
Oh, team karate, 5th degree black belt in Kempo. Yeah.
Yeah.
1st degree black belt in jiu-jitsu, which is weird. Like, I don't know, black belt in jiu-jitsu. 58-0 in kickboxing.
Yeah, that's wild.
But those fights, he's looking to make to catch you making a mistake, and Ty Woodley just said, "I'm not making that mistake."
I'm not that guy.
And that's
not that guy, pal.
Unfortunately, how it went.
Well, whatever.
His style of fighting his whole career isn't really to go get it.
I won't miss Dillashaw. Even peak Dillashaw for me watching UFC was when like the whole Cody Garbrandt and him, and I'm not even a big Cody fan, but I was riding Cody. Like I was rooting for Cody. So it's weird.
I definitely had TJ in that fight.
Definitely not rooting for Cody.
No, I'm not saying
no
I
shot.
didn't have him. I said I thought Cody had more of at that point star potential, if that makes sense. At that point,
What was he? 24.
yeah, he was young.
He was young.
He had the fucking. He was those couple small divisions. Not so much featherweight because Volkanovski has star potential, but it's hard to find like legitimate star potential at 125, 135.
Yeah.
So you kind of like O'Malley. That's why O'Malley's even crazier because his star potential at that size. Think about that. They never got a star like that at a 135, and when they did, he retired. Cejudo. Just when they did, he retired. Now you might have it at a young kid in O'Malley, who's probably making as much money or more money outside of the sport than he is inside of it.
Probably.
He's a Conor McGregor at 135. You get stars at 185, at 170, at 205.
To be fair, though, Demetrius didn't have a lot of guys to fight.
Right.
Yeah, but they never tried. They
Demetrius
blew that so bad.
Demetrius never really got takes two to tango, right? Someone has to make a star.
Yeah.
It was just him running through
guess.
the division.
We have to understand, and this is where I disagree a little bit. He fucked up Cejudo twice.
Yeah.
And then lost the third one. But he beat him.
And then they fucking traded him to one for Ben Askren, who showed up. And fuck what anyone has to say about Ben Askren. What? He stepped up to the plate, 3 straight fights. Listen, it is what it is, the way it went down. The man fucking, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I feel the same way about Mike Chandler. Shows up, takes the best of the best. You get flatlined, Yeah. I mean, why can't I think of his name? The flying knee. The Masvidal flying knee. It's rough.
It just happens.
It's rough all
right, listen, we're going to move on to Jets and Giants, but this is what I'm going to say. And I'm going to end it with this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. He doesn't get flying kneed. I don't have the headphones on. He doesn't get flying kneed in that fight. and Askren wipes the fucking floor with Masvidal.
We would have rolled him around on
He
the
would
ground
have
for
rolled
5
him around
fucking
like a little ragdoll.
He would have twisted him into a pretzel, dude.
Like a ragdoll. But
Ben Askren is such a good wrestler.
Askren wanted to take him down so bad that he was willing to give his face in the first 3 seconds of the fight.
That's a good point.
And you know what I'm saying?
He could have timed it better.
He didn't have to rush.
Yeah,
He didn't have to. He just could have, like, did it again? He could have just waited back and not had this issue at all. But it is what it is. I guess I'll put the headphones on. Anyway, Jets or Giants first?
Let's go Giants. How do you guys feel?
Right.
I feel
extremely neutral.
super mild. Not
Very
happy.
neutral. That is neutral as it gets. I actually feel a little bit worse because now I feel like Washington comes out of there by and beats us next week. Next week. That's how I feel.
I'm
about
at
it.
the
And that'll be
I
the
feel like we
backbreaker.
needed to steal that game at home, and we didn't. And now we're gonna pay.
No,
for it
I
to
don't
lose.
feel like that, Brian.
Oh,
And I'll tell you why.
all right.
Because we might be getting healthier. We might get McKinley
Who?
back.
Yeah.
And we
Yes.
might get a Dory Jackson back.
Yeah, the
And
defense.
those are some kind of game-changing players. And
Henry
Heineke,
Jackson's huge. Yeah.
Heineke didn't really do much. We kind of
I mean,
we lost that game.
McLaurin, Yeah.
We lost that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slayton catches that ball, game's over.
110%.
Like, so I think we gave that one away. Now, there were reports that maybe Dable doesn't trust Daniel Jones because in overtime, when it was like,
Oh yeah.
go for it, they kind of didn't go for it. And,
Yeah, we're good. Keep going.
okay. And I think that's obviously something to think about. But I don't know. I feel very mild about it. Yeah, I mean, they didn't eliminate themselves in the playoffs, the Giants. I mean, I guess that's good. I think they are still in the wild card right now, right?
Like if it ended today?
It ended today,
They could be, yeah.
right?
I'm not positive.
Again, it only gets tougher. You got the Eagles next week. What do you want me to say? We can't even look ahead to this game, Brian, because we got the Eagles next week.
Yeah.
So
Which is very.
Got to
Which
take
is very tough.
got to take care of business.
Yeah,
Got to
so
got to worry about what's in front of you.
it's tough. It's tough. But I will say this, because I don't have much to say on the Giants. I will say this. I was very upset with the Jets. And you're the guy, and I'm very upset.
There was a lot of good, but it doesn't mean a whole lot to me because I don't fucking care about moral victories in the National Football League. What I certainly don't really like means nothing to me as a fan. And I get it. I get it as an athlete or a former, someone on that being in that situation couldn't even imagine. But as a low-level athlete, I understand the angle. But what Mike White said, we stared adversity right in the face and we responded. We just have to respond better. And then C.J. Mosley said the same thing. Nobody ever had their head down. We were fighting the whole way. Like, we never thought we couldn't handle this game when it was 20-3. I get that, but that doesn't do it for me as a fan that you fought. You're a fucking professional athlete.
Right.
You're not supposed to mail it in. If it's 54-0 in the third quarter, you're not supposed to mail it in. You had a bad day at work today. Were you allowed to mail it in? Did we sub in? Did we sub in
I wish
the
I
backup?
I wish
The
I
backup
could, but
fucking business owner?
No, I couldn't.
You couldn't go to the backup.
Couldn't mail it in.
Maybe we gotta look for one in the draft next year.
If they're available.
Yeah,
I
dude.
might use a pick on them. Yeah, to be honest.
But so, I did not like the play calling in the red zone. It was horrendous red zone play call, especially given what Mike White gave you from the 20 to the 20. Cannot figure it out for the life of me why we're running these silly little tap passes and end arounds to Braxton Berrios. Not for nothing, why Braxton Berrios is on the good player, very good player for the Jets. Why he's even on the field in the red zone is complete fucking mystery to me. Why is not every single one of those Braxton Berrios designed plays? Why are they not all going to Elijah Moore? Similar players, one's much better than the other.
Maybe that's why Elijah.
Braxton Berrios is a very good kick returner, very good punt returner.
Let's play a game real quick. Ready?
The name game.
I'm gonna name an award, and you tell me who wins it. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Garrett Wilson.
Brees Hall doesn't get hurt. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Brees Hall probably.
Okay, cool. So the amount of talent that the Jets have young talent on both sides of the ball, but specifically on the offense. And like you mentioned, 20-20, the big plays that they made in this game were insanity. And then they get to the red zone and they're like, never mind, we'll do screens. 3rd and 11 screen to Braxton Berrios.
Dude,
What are we doing?
There's a number, I forget the exact number of how many plays have been run from the 1 yard line this year. It's like something in the mid hundreds, you know? Only one of them has been run. I think it's on 3rd and goal from the 1. Only one of them has been run without a running back in the backfield, and that was the Jets on Sunday. Yeah. I think it was the last play to Berrios, right? 4th and goal.
And not for nothing, he's got to catch that ball.
Got to catch the ball. Yeah. Absolutely have to. I watched some of the All-22. What's getting lost in the shuffle here, I think, is how incredibly big a lot of these Mike White throws were in the second half. Incredibly tough throws through tight windows. They had the smallest, well, not them specifically, I'm sorry. Garrett Wilson, 8 catches, 164 yards, had the smallest window of being open in the NFL on Sunday, 2.15 yards. Wow. He averages 2.93.
Okay, so Mike White earned another start, right?
Yeah. Mike White, in my opinion, earned the rest of the year.
Rest of the season, probably.
Rest of the year. Yeah. Especially he comes out and doesn't have a nightmare against Buffalo this weekend. It
just makes me mad because Saleh or offensive coordinator, whoever's the play caller,
Michael LaFleur,
he cost Mike White not the rest of the season. He cost him like the chance to be the guy.
To be the guy in 2023?
Yeah.
It's not over yet, though.
It's not over.
I don't think it's over yet. And even if I think it's almost better for Mike White if Zach does get back in. Like, say Mike has a bad game against the Bills, which is very possible. Yeah. They throw fucking next game's Detroit or Jacksonville.
I think it's Detroit.
They throw Zach back in against Detroit, and he looks horrendous. And now we know it's Mike White. And it's not. It might not be Mike White next year, but it's not fucking. Yeah,
after that you got the Lions. Yeah.
Yeah. So
the Lions look good, man.
Put Zach back in against the Lions, it could be disastrous. But we're gonna take this the way everyone should be, 1 week at a time. Yeah. Let's not worry about who's playing quarterback in 3 weeks. We know it's Mike White on Sunday.
They have announced that.
Yeah. Okay. Zach's gonna be inactive again. Flacco's the backup. Mike White's the starter.
Inactive. That's
because the reason he's got to be inactive is because the reason we're doing this is to break him down and rebuild him up and fix his mechanics. And he can't worry about fixing foundational shit, reteaching yourself shit that you've been doing since you were 12 years old, and prepare for an NFL football game. It's never going to happen. I agree. So I respect it. If Zach comes out as the starter in 2023 and has a crazy game in week 1, all of a sudden we're going to look at this and be like, that was where the Jets in the past would just play this guy until he was terrible, like Geno, and then let him go figure it out for a couple of years and turn it around on his own. Saleh and Joe Douglas made the ballsy and right decision to fix it then. And then if it never works out and he doesn't play for the Jets again, they were able to admit early that they made a mistake, but this is still a good football team and we're moving on. Those are the 2 ways this is going to go. Either Zach's the starting quarterback next year or he's probably not on the roster. Either way, I think it's good on Douglas and Saleh and whoever else is instrumental in these decisions, because like I said, it's either going to work out and we fixed it and good for us, or we admitted that we made a mistake, which is the hardest thing to see in pro sports, especially the NFL, coming from a head coach and a general manager. Especially such a bad mistake as the number 2 overall pick in the draft, the first pick for Rob Saleh. That's a hard mistake to admit after 20 starts. Offensive stats, you have them?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Did plays, time of possession.
Total plays, you had 83 for the Jets, 66 for the Vikings. Time of possession.
T-O-P.
I don't see it on here. What
That's fine. Yards.
Total yards, 46 for the Jets, 287 for the Vikings. I might be able to get time of possession over here. Let's see.
They doubled them up in offensive production.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now. I just noticed.
The defense needs to be a little bit better. They played relatively good, especially throughout most of that second half. Got to be better. They had the one really bad breakdown to Adam Thielen. But they played enough to win that football game. The offense outproduced them, doubled their production. And against, I know people say, we were saying it, Minnesota 32nd ranked pass defense. They're not a great defense this year. Who was more open? You watched most of the games with me. When were their receivers more open, against Minnesota or against the Patriots in either game? Because the Patriots are like a top 5 defense. Their receivers were running all over the fucking field. They just got the pressure to Zach, and he couldn't find the guy.
Yeah,
Nobody was open for a lot of this game.
Comparing Zach now. It's hard.
Well, I'm just talking about the receivers being open, dude.
Because I think the receivers... Right.
I'm just talking about the guys being open downfield. Nothing to do with Zach getting the ball there or not.
They made the plays.
Because the Minnesota defense, for everyone wants to, for the anti-Mike White argument, where it's the Bears and now the Vikings and 2 of the worst passing defenses in the NFL, and he only won one of the games, threw no touchdowns this week and 2 interceptions. Neither one of them I really think were his fault. They both, one definitely bounced off of.
No, but he had a tremendous rushing touchdown. I think he played great.
Yeah.
I think you give him. I agree.
I think there's nothing but flowers that Mike White deserves for the way he's played in the last 2 games.
I think that they gave that one up as a whole team. I think, and I know they play the whole like we stare adversity in the face thing, blah blah blah. I get all that. I think they gave that one away.
And what about the last possession?
The fucking field goals.
Their second to last possession of the game, 3rd and 10. Gets clobbered, absolutely smashed, laying on the ground, looks like he's coming out of the game, right? Mm-hmm. And then comes in, throws that dart to Corey Davis on 4th and 10. Yeah. I've never seen a Jets quarterback in 25 years get hit like that, look like they're going to go out of the game, and then come up and complete a pass on 4th down with the game on the line. Yeah. Let alone, and that's one of the throws I'm talking about that I saw from the All-22 angle. You see the end zone angle of that throw, and you're like, oh, my God. Zipped it right through a window of 3 Vikings defenders. Whether he's the guy or not, he's definitely making throws. I think he belongs in the NFL. Are there 64 quarterbacks better than him, you think?
No,
I
don't think so.
Are there 32? I mean, we're going to find out. Time's going to find out.
He may have found himself a nice backup spot or maybe a bridge.
Here's the thing, and I said this to you Sunday. Here's
maybe the Panthers.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and this is the last thing I'll say on the Jets. Garrett Wilson at the end of the game went out of his way to say, "I'm gonna ride or die for Mike White." Essentially, he was pretty right. I mean, that wasn't verbatim.
Said, "I'll go to war for that guy. Yeah. He's got something special about him."
So now, if I'm Garrett Wilson and I like Zach Wilson, and I'm like, or I don't want to slight Zach Wilson or whatever, right? And they say, like, hey, how do you feel about Mike White? He could have said, I love all 53 of these guys. I'd go to war for any of them. Go, with any of them, for any of them, whatever, right? He specifically said there's something special about Mike White. I would die for him. I'd go to war for him. Yeah. That's my dog. Okay, so we're literally denouncing Zach Wilson.
And then you combine that with the training camp comments that he said Joe Flacco just throws an easier ball to catch. You remember this? Do you remember this?
No.
He said this.
He said that?
He said it in training camp. Really? Yeah, because this was when
man just doesn't like Zach Wilson.
He said it in training camp that there was just something.
I wholeheartedly.
And he went out of his way then to say it's nothing bad about Zach, but the balls that Joe throws just seem like easier to see or whatever. Something like that.
I wholeheartedly believe that there are quarterbacks that throw more catchable balls.
Here's my counter. Yeah. I believe that Zach Wilson had a touch issue from the minute he was coming out of BYU. He had an issue.
Yeah, but you can learn touch.
Yeah, no, it's all of Zach Wilson's issues still to this point are still fixable.
Yeah.
100%. It's what I'm concerned about with him, and we don't need to get into this. He's too quick to bail. He's too quick to put his head down and bail. And
to not be like fucking Lamar or Hurts.
Yeah, but it's like even fine. You need the athleticism. We drafted him for his athleticism. But it's like sometimes the ball is snapped, his first read isn't open, the blitz is coming. Right behind the blitz is Garrett Wilson or Corey Davis or Tyler Conklin sitting in front of him. But by the time he breaks over, Zach's head's here. And he's reverse spinning, and how many sacks has he walked out of? I said he looks like drunk Patrick Mahomes. Because everything up until the throw, the only other guy you see do shit like that really is Pat Mahomes, except Pat Mahomes throws the touchdown and Zach's throwing it 4 yards over the guy's head. Yeah. But don't want to make this about Zach. The counterpoint to the Mike White comments, and everything that they've been doing so far, how they love Mike White. Do we remember in training camp in the preseason, everyone was showing up wearing Zach Wilson is good shirts and MILF Hunter shirts, and everyone was loving Zach Wilson too. I think this team just rides for their guys. Mike White's the guy right now. He's in the spotlight, so they're riding for Mike White.
As they
No one has come out and said, fuck Zach Wilson, or I think Mike should be the guy long term. They're all handling it week by week, getting behind their guy, and they're winning. Right. So I think this is more about the team and more really about Mike White for a guy who they were talking about maybe not making the final 53 coming out of camp and only carrying 2 quarterbacks and practice squatting him if they could, to now being the starter and winning and, playing as, 600 something passing yards in 2 games?
See, it says the only thing I'll say, I said that was my last statement, but the only thing that amazes me is they went with Flacco to start the year and then didn't go back to Flacco, and Flacco didn't play bad.
Right, but so a month before this happened, they elevated Mike White to the backup quarterback.
No, I get it. I'm good with that. But they must believe that from week 3, when did Zach Wilson take over?
5.
Oh,
it was like 4 or 5.
So 4 or 5, whatever. From
week 4.
The start of the season to 4, when Flacco was the guy, from 5 to 2 weeks ago, they saw something in Mike White's progression that they were like, well, he jumps a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yeah.
So there's something there, obviously. They see something. Because if they didn't, why would you not start? Mike White is not crazy much more athletic than Joe Flacco.
The book coming out was that Joe Flacco had a really good camp and a really good preseason, and I think Mike White struggled in the Giants game, or maybe the Giants game is when he started to fix it, turn it back around. I think Mike White had like a bad camp, not a great preseason, and then started to turn it around in the Giants game. But at that point, they had, so far, what we've seen, Joe's the guy. And Joe went 1-2, right? 1-2 and had them 2-1.
Yeah, I think so.
Beat
the Browns.
Beat the Browns. Lost to the Ravens.
Who'd you verse week 1? Patriots?
Bengals. Wasn't week 3 the Bengals? Week 1,
beat
both.
The Bengals.
No, they lost to the Bengals. They beat the Bengals last year with Mike White.
All right.
Did you verse the Titans week 1?
No, they were versus the Ravens week 1.
Gotcha.
Then Cleveland. Who was the week 3 game?
Yeah, you're right. I just have this up. I literally just closed out.
I thought they played Cleveland, but I could be wrong.
Here, I got you.
Browns, Bengals, Steelers. They won.
No, it was Ravens, Browns, Bengals.
There you go. Sorry.
Week 3, they lost to the Bengals, and then the Steelers games when Zach came back and had that great fourth quarter.
Oh, right.
And it hasn't been great since then. That's his highlight of his career right now is that fourth quarter drive against the Steelers. Got the Bills this week at home. They have a lot of weapons on defense that they didn't have last time, but they're losing a major weapon on defense that they did have last time in Von Miller. Matt Milano's back. I think Jordan Poyer's back. Someone else back there in the secondary is back. Jets are up on Mike White, but down maybe Michael Carter, and there's some other guys with some ticky-tacky injuries that may or may not play. See what it is. We're gonna go see how this team plays, and we'll take it week by week. Even if they lose because of what happened this past weekend, even if they lose to the Bills, they will still not be out of playoff contention because the Patriots and Chargers both only have 6 wins. So they'll still be in this thing if they lose. I think 3 out of the next 5 get them there. 10 wins.
Yeah, probably.
Giants got flex.
So they got
football next week.
Yep.
Really?
Not this week.
The Commanders game. Yep. You got Buffalo this week, obviously, then Detroit, then Jacksonville, then Seattle, then you close the season out against Miami.
Yeah, you got winnable games for sure.
Except for Miami.
The Giants do
Actually,
not.
maybe Miami. You never know.
The Giants do not. You have winnable games. The Giants absolutely do not. But does that wrap it up?
Yeah, it's time
Take
to
a
go
break,
to.
and then we'll guess lines.
What up, guys? We're going to get you back to the show as soon as possible. I promise you that. But before we can do that, we have to make sure that all of our listeners are looking good and feeling better this fall with Saatchi Di Dinero. October 14th, Saatchi is releasing their Fall 2022 collection. You want a hoodie that's nice and comfortable. You can wear it out when you're running errands. You can wear it out to the bar. You can wear it maybe when you're going to pick up a date. Whatever you want to do this fall, Saatchi's got you covered. These hoodies, they're pre-shrunk, and it's an oversized fit. So basically what that means is you're going to want to grab one size down from what you would normally wear, and you're going to be perfect. You normally a large, grab a medium. Normally a medium, you want to grab a small. It's very simple, very lightweight, very comfortable. We got a promo code for you. The promo code HAVOC, HAVOC, going to get you 10% off of your total purchase at checkout. SachiDiDinero.com is where you want to go for that. Sachi Di Dinero, always authentic, never counterfeit. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the show. And on the seventh day, the good Lord said, let there be lines, dude. So let's get right into it.
I think we should just do this really quick. We are eliminated in the Vampire League.
Okay.
We'll get the non-fun stuff out of the way.
And I'm just gonna say this: I'm not gonna speak about it this week, right? Do we need to speak about it? We're eliminated. Do we still need to poach? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still need to poach. So should we just do it
We
first?
got one. This is the last week.
Yeah. So should we just do it first, get it out of the way, and then next week we'll break down?
Yeah, and I still have to add
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb for Devontae Smith. It was right.
Really, we lost Devontae Smith. Anyway.
Yeah, you're right. We should have given away Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, he was. We have a lot of talent at receiver.
I know.
That's why we gave it to
Garrett Wilson. Anyway, so real quick, they have Russell Wilson, Tony Pollard, Aaron Jones, DK Metcalf, Scary Terry, Travis Kelce, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry.
Travis Kelce, what are we doing?
I know. So we're going Gerald Everett for Travis Kelce for sure. And the pickups, I mean, I don't really.
Do we need to make them to?
We do. We need to make one.
What do we need?
Ken Walker is out as of right now.
Yeah.
We have Bam Knight, right?
We do. I don't even know if we need a pickup.
Or Jeff Wilson. We don't need to make a pickup. I meant, like, is there a defense or a kicker that we need to replace?
Oh.
Well, I meant, like, are our guys good? Do we need to replace them? Like,
go Kansas City versus Denver.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's get the
Sure.
defense out of there.
All right, we'll take Kansas City's defense. That's all we need.
And then who are we taking?
Travis Kelce
Oh, I didn't even see him.
for Everett.
Sounds like a plan.
So we are eliminated, and next week's show I will break down the playoffs a little bit more to give these guys their juicy matchups and stuff like that.
yeah, we can't just ignore it because we're out. That would be stupid.
It just sucks, and it hurts.
Yeah, dude.
We're gonna get it next year though.
Gotta hand out some cash. It's all right.
Anyway, now we'll get some lines. Should I go or are you gonna go? What do you want to do?
We got Thursday Night Football. We got another absolute fucking showstopper as the Las Vegas Raiders are traveling to Los Angeles to take on potentially Baker Mayfield-led Los Angeles Rams. Maybe, maybe not. He's on the team. I got Vegas -4.5.
I got Vegas -5.
I got Vegas -4.5 too. It's Vegas -6.
All right. Interesting. Here we go, right away.
It's too high.
First game in the 1 p.m. slate, baby. CBS's game they love so much they refuse to flex it into Sunday Night Football. New York Jets traveling to Canada land to take on the Buffalo Bills. I got Buffalo -9.5.
Wow. I have a -8.
Wow, I'm wrong. I'm wrong, man. I got a -4.5.
-9.5.
Bing bong, baby.
Why is there absolutely no respect all of a sudden?
Which is no. Well, I mean, is there no respect though? Because remember, they were +13.5 at home a couple of weeks ago. So.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So
I got my numbers wrong.
home field advantage is almost worth 4 or 5 points to Vegas. This is actually 9 points better than they were.
I equated it to the Patriots spread, not the Buffalo spread. I fucked up.
Well, that was silly of you.
Yeah.
Cleveland traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Bengal Tigers. I have Cincinnati -3.5.
Cincinnati -4.
I have Cincinnati -6. And it's Cincinnati -6.
Bing bong, baby.
Just so you know.
Houston at Dallas. Absolutely got to do something about that.
Trying.
Houston at Dallas. I have Dallas in Jerry World -10.5.
Can you still hear it, kind of?
Yeah.
Just move the bottom.
It's not that easy, boys.
I don't have headphones on, so
I know, but
Tremendous, dude. Tremendous.
Dallas
Home run.
minus 10.
I have Dallas minus 12. It's Dallas minus 17 on DraftKings.
That's awesome. Houston's bad.
So, that's where we're at.
We can start having the who's the number one overall pick
you
talking
have?
Houston. 10.5.
What'd you have?
12.
Okay.
Minnesota going
Minus
to
1.
Detroit. We know we're not going to do this one because
changed.
really.
It's still Detroit, but it's actually minus 2 now.
No fucking way.
For real. It's right here. Vikings plus 2.
Don't be silly, dude. Don't be silly. They're not
It
going
is
to cover.
Wild.
I'm doing it. I don't give a fuck.
You're taking Minnesota?
Yeah, dude. I'm
Nah,
taking
dude.
the best team in the NFC.
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
The best team in the NFC is playing the fucking Texans, dude.
This guy's so cute.
He might be right. Cowboys fucking firing right now.
Yeah, they're firing.
I was being facetious.
But-
I actually thought it was ridiculous that people were talking about how big of a deal the 54 points was. Dog, with 2 minutes...
6 weeks ago, Cooper Rush was the guy.
Yeah.
Dog, with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, it was 21-19 against the Colts. 21-19, and then a scoop and score, a punt return for a touchdown, and or am I thinking of Cleveland? That's Cleveland had this. Cleveland had the scoop and score, but they had a pick six.
Yeah, pick 6, a fumble.
Yeah,
whatever. Fuck
explosion of points on defense. Fuck it. Jacksonville going to Tennessee. Just fired their general manager after 7 consecutive winning seasons. You saw this?
Yeah, because AJ Brown.
AJ Brown came.
Fucking incredible. Tennessee minus 2.5.
Tennessee minus 6.
I have Tennessee minus 6.5. It's Tennessee minus 3.5.
Yeah, fuck you, ball. Philadelphia going to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Football Giants. I got Philly minus 10 even.
Me too.
Yeah, I went too low. 7.5.
Got to take your heart out of it, kid.
It's minus 7. Philadelphia.
Ah, good for
Say
you. Good for you.
Good for you.
Baltimore going to Pittsburgh. Remember Lamar 1 to 3 weeks with that PCL. For that reason, I have Pittsburgh minus 1.5 at home.
Pittsburgh minus 3.5.
I have Pittsburgh minus 2, and it's Pittsburgh minus 2.5. So I'll take.
All right, BC 419.
What do we got?
4 to 3 to 2. You're in last.
Okay,
Brian's in first.
Actually, I hate that.
Hey.
Not for long, baby.
Yeah,
I'm about to bing bong
Listen,
this
I've
baby.
only won once this year.
Jack has 2 wins.
Do I have 2? I might have 2 wins, actually.
You might have 2. I know Jack has 2.
Yeah,
I think he has only 1, right?
Thought I had 2, but I could.
He could have 2. I don't know. There's no ledger. Kansas City going to Denver. Let's ride. Kansas City minus 12.5 on the road.
I have a minus 12.
I got Denver minus 3. Priceless reactions. Kansas City minus 9.
Yeah, it's Kansas City.
I told you what was coming. Let's get after it.
Wow, dude. Now he's got foresight.
Yeah.
I'm in it now. I'm in it.
Tampa Bay traveling to San Francisco to take on the Brock Purdy-led Josh Johnson-backed San Francisco 49ers. I got
Oh,
Tampa
man.
minus 2.5 on the road.
For who? Tampa?
Yeah.
What do you have?
I have San Fran minus 2.5.
I have San Fran minus 3.
It's San Fran minus 3.5.
All right,
Damn,
fine. I
that's
took a
huge
shot.
Swing.
Carolina going to Seattle. Seattle in the 12th man, minus 4.
Seattle.
Oh, fuck. Keep going.
Okay.
I got Seattle minus 3.
I got Seattle minus 5.5.
It's going to be Seattle minus 4.5. So I think he's got.
I had 4. What'd you have?
5.5.
Yeah. All right, let's do the thing. 2 games left. Alcino has 5. Me and Brian are tied with 4. Miami going to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. I got Miami on the road, 5.5.
I have Miami minus 6.5.
I have Miami minus 3.
It's Miami minus 3.5.
I get the point. Right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
it.
you got it.
Someone better bing bong this bitch, or I'm walking away with a crown. All right?
Dude, I got so many of these things this year, it doesn't even matter to me.
Yeah, watch this. I'm not only that, I'm gonna bing bong this one.
All right, let's see.
All right, dude. Let's see it.
Last game.
New England at
This was
Arizona.
hard.
New England at Arizona. What do you got?
New England is favorites. At minus,
Go on.
At minus 1.5.
I have Arizona minus 1.5.
Interesting. I have a pick 'em. No, I have New England. I have New England minus 3.5.
It's 1.5.
Oh,
Stop
yeah!
this.
It is. New England minus 1.5.
Yeah!
I'm telling you, dude. This kid should have had this foresight at 7 o'clock this morning.
No, 7:15, 7:12.
All right. Well,
I
that-
told you. The ones I felt good about held me together. You know?
and the ones you didn't feel good about, they really didn't hold you together. But hey, it was a hell of a comeback. You know, you got the
I don't know
win.
why I gave the Jets so much fucking credit.
I don't know either. Didn't you just say you confused the?
Fucking scumbags.
Whoa,
might take it
whoa,
plus 9.5.
take it easy.
I might take a plus 9.5.
Yeah, I might take the money line
Whatever.
just to be
That's
silly.
what you do. What are we
Yeah.
doing? We're talking
It's
about
what
fucking
you do.
Thursday's
It's
game?
plus 340 on the money line.
Hell yeah, it is. That's yeah. We're gonna take
That's a
another
spicy
break before we
meatball.
do that.
We breaking?
Well, before we
We're not breaking.
we don't have to. He was just asking if we were doing Thursday Night Football. I said yes after we take a break.
I'll do whichever.
Well, anything on the lines? Anything that caught you off guard?
Oh.
Minus 17.
Minus 17's bonkers.
Wild.
They cover that.
Vikings plus 2 is
I was gonna
interesting
say,
to
we're not gonna
me.
talk about Vikings.
Yeah, I think Detroit covers, dude.
I think Detroit covers.
How's no sound? How's no
Yeah,
sound?
How's side bet sound?
All I'm saying is, I understand Detroit's on a little
But
run.
what?
Vikings lost 2 games all year, and
What are
one
we-
was to the fucking Eagles. Dude.
What are we basing this on?
I have no
Why
clue.
are the Lions all of a sudden favorites?
Because they're on a roll. They won 4 in a row, right?
But so have the Vikings. It just doesn't make it just seems weird. It's like one of those things like how you were saying, like Vegas always just knows.
Yeah, they're trying to catch us.
Like what's
and
happened? Is Kirk
guess
gonna
what?
stub his toe and all of a sudden we're gonna have a back?
They're trying to catch us and consider me caught, dude. I'm all in. That's it.
When
I don't
something
care.
this silly happens, Vegas knows something.
Yeah,
That's what
or
I'm saying, man.
Vikings blow them out. We're like, how the fuck did we miss the sign?
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to squad ride it with me.
I'm betting, without a doubt. I'm rubbing my tummy for this. Without a doubt, I'm betting Minnesota straight because fuck a point, right? Fuck the points.
Plus 110 on that.
I like Pittsburgh on 3-game win streak.
Yeah, I think the defense might be enough to keep.
It's not the Ty Huntley
Huntley
coming out
check.
party. They just simply don't lose when TJ Watt plays. But didn't he get hurt again on Sunday?
Yeah, but he's not.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the fucking gimmick.
Yeah.
I don't think we're understanding it. They don't lose when one defensive player plays, and it freaks me the
And
fuck
the
out.
second he's not there, it all goes wrong.
He should win Defensive Player of the Year.
That's a good.
Not Micah?
No, every time that man's not on the field, they look
His
fucking
team
lost.
loses.
They look
He is the
absolutely
most valuable
lost.
player.
Like lost.
They need a
They
map,
would have
dude.
not won one game all year if he was out for the season with the torn pec. Man comes back on half a year's notice with a torn pec, right? And he's like, I'm back. And we're like, hey, we're winning again. No big deal. Like everybody. Najee Harris hasn't stiff-armed anybody
Which
all
is like,
year.
wasn't he supposed to be out for the year when he tore his pec?
Yeah.
And fuck, there's
He's
no.
like, nah, I got a second opinion.
Check it
and he
out.
said, tape
Yeah.
it up.
The second opinion said fucking steroids.
Yeah.
Do whatever you got to do to get
Whatever,
yourself
yeah.
good.
But
Whatever you got to do.
I'm not going to throw shade like that. But fucking Najee Harris can't get to the line of scrimmage. TJ Watt's back. He's barreling men over.
Yeah.
Just Derrick Henry stiff arm to the ground. The earth moved. And then he was like, quick shake and we're out. 10-yard gains. What's going on?
I don't know, but I do think Najee Harris is one of the worst starting running backs in football.
Spicy.
Bold statement.
That man does not hit holes hard. It's not a bold statement, dude. Run back the tape. He dances and does 4 jump cuts like he's fucking Le'Veon Bell instead of running through a hole you could drive a truck through. Watch back the tape and tell me I'm wrong. 3rd and 3, there's a
What
wide
did you say?
open.
He's bottom 10, you said?
I just said he's one of the worst starting
Oh,
running
okay.
backs in the league.
No, I can name fucking 5 worse. I can probably name 10 worse.
I mean, we don't have to do that, but if you want to.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know.
Difference of opinion. Watch the tape, dude.
Their offensive line also
Get off a red zone once in a
isn't
while.
good, right?
Watch what happens from the 20 to the 20, The rest of the game.
That doesn't even exist in my mind, all right? The 20 to the 20, I don't give a fuck what happens there, all right? The only thing that matters is the red zone.
I don't give a fuck about most of football. I only care when it's exciting,
is the only
baby.
sport that has literally become nothing more than a number to me and from every aspect. And fantasy football completely ruined it, and red zone completely pushed it along.
Yeah.
And now it's over. I don't care. And the football and the Super Bowl gets me excited because it's boxes. So nothing about football does it for me anymore.
You are so close to just doing Sunday afternoon Jets Giants boxes at the local bar, dude.
It's a
You are
fucking,
so close.
at
To,
this
you're about
point-
to say it's a possibility.
No,
aren't you?
no. It's at this point, football is a part-time job, and all of the other sports are for entertainment purposes.
Were you here when he asked if it was depressing to do that?
What?
So he did it off air, but he asked if it was like depressing to buy boxes for regular games.
Yeah, 100%. Monday Night
Yeah.
Football.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Every
Yeah,
Monday
you
night
go to
at
your
Momo's.
local watering hole
Oh, I would
where
do that.
degenerates spend
Every
time,
Monday
dude.
night at Momo's, they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done it.
They do Monday Night Football,
want
Jets
to
game,
know?
Giants game every
No,
week
I
at
don't.
Momo's.
I don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I don't think.
There's a local
Even
bar.
if I
That's
was there for the
degenerate
game, I don't
tendencies,
think
dude.
I would do it.
There's a local bar that they take 20 names out of the 100 boxes, and you give money, and then they draw the whole board, but there's only 20 out of the 100 filled up. And then if nothing hits, right, winner takes all. First one to hit gets it.
Mhm.
If nothing hits, you put all the money in again next week, and it just double downs. But you only win on half and final. Like, that's the only chances you can win. You can't win
Okay.
first and third. And the guy was telling me the other day, now they're 6 weeks in. So the money is 6 weeks strong.
Jeez.
I don't know how much money he was putting in, but let's say it's $20. It's 400 times 6. So it's
2,400.
yeah, it's when you're sitting at a couple grand now, at waiting for a winner. That's a
That's degenerate tendencies, dude.
yeah. No, that is degen, dude. That is it.
Degen-
Like, what are the tendencies?
That is degenerate activity.
yeah. The tendencies
You-
are like
They might might as well follow that up with they actually run this pool out of the Center Each OTB, dude. That's
what I'm
like
saying,
the
yeah.
kind of shit
I can't-
that's come on now. It's too much, dude.
stressed. Where else do you think he goes? I mean, see now I'm reading text messages.
Who?
Judge?
Yeah, I'm getting all
Judge.
fucked up.
My
Where does he go?
understanding was it was the Yankees or the Giants. That was my
No, that's not what
understanding.
I'm. What else do you like? Is what I meant to
Oh,
say. And I read the text message out loud, and it's just it's a walking disaster. So Minnesota, where were we before I got on the big tangent? It's Minnesota. Oh, the Steelers.
We were talking about
TJ
Pittsburgh,
Watt
yeah.
fucked me up. Yeah. So
Kansas City 9, you said? Love Kansas City -9.
Yeah.
Fuck Denver, dude.
Denver's bad. It's very
Dude,
bad.
I saw this stat today.
Andy Reid off a loss.
Peyton Manning's first game for the Denver Broncos, he threw 7 touchdowns. Russell Wilson has 8 touchdowns through 13 weeks.
I gotta. Let me see.
I probably like Miami. I kind of like Carolina, dude. 4.5 point dogs.
Yeah, Carolina's interesting.
Very interesting situation going on over there with Sammy D. Very interesting. Gotta love Cincinnati all the time. All the time, gotta love Cincinnati. 17-3 against the spread in their last 20 games.
Jeez, really?
It's Joey Covers, baby. The man doesn't miss. Jackpot Joe Burrow. And I'll probably fuck with New England on Monday night, but that's all the way at the end of the slate.
Get there.
You looking something up here?
Yeah, for shits and gigs. Awful loss. Patrick Mahomes lost to Indianapolis. Then in Tampa, he went 262, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And then the next loss was Buffalo. He followed it up with 417 for 3 touchdowns
He's
and,
like,
one,
I'm pissed.
and 1 interception. And that's against San Fran, at San Fran.
Yeah, this is wild.
Yikes City. Loses to the Bengals. I can only imagine he goes for
330.
at least 3 and change and a couple scores. So that's what I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna cook that. I'm gonna cook Minnesota straight, Pittsburgh straight. 'Cause I'm scared, and KC minus the 9.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. See, this is just my opinion, and I could be wrong, but I feel like they're cover proof. Like, you got Patrick Surtain the second there, right?
Yeah.
He's a really good cornerback.
PS2.
But it just doesn't matter against a Mahomes-led offense. That there's just everything is gadgety and
Because like, who's he following?
And there's just a way that they're gonna get the.
Go ahead, stay over there. Shut down Nicole Harmon, Juju Smith-Schuster, Sky Moore, whoever it is. Travis Kelce is still good for 130 yards.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then when you go to play that coverage on everybody or zone or whatever you decide to do, cover 4. I don't know how you cover those guys. You could have 2 guys streaking on either side, Sky Moore and Hardman.
Or
with that cover 4. What do you do for that? Right? And
then, I don't know, dude.
And then they're just like, hey, Pacheco, here you go. Take his hand off. And he's like, oh, I'll rip it, Tanner.
It's like, oh, by the way, I got 4 running backs, okay?
Yeah.
So, and
3 of which that are pretty damn good.
They're all average at best, so, or at worst, rather, is what I meant.
Yeah. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire hurt, whatever. Pacheco, I think he's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
McKinnon, knock on wood, healthy, pretty good. Ronald Jones, not even talking, healthy, fucking not beaten, war-torn Ronald Jones.
Not touching the ball 18 times a game, Ronald Jones.
Ronald Jones is absolutely going to have a week in the next 5 where he has 20 carries. It's going to happen. Yeah. Whether McKinnon misses 1 game or Pacheco misses a game, and they're like, we're getting ready for playoffs. Let's get this guy in for 20. Let's get him in for 2 scores. And then that's it. Then the playoffs come. We probably don't see him again. But he's going to have one of those weeks. I know it.
Going to have a game that reminds you of, while he's the one who put down Doug Martin, right?
Yes.
He overtook Doug Martin and put him down when he back there. People forget very easily in the NFL. It's funny how
running backs is weird though.
Running back, yeah, not just running backs though. Yeah. It's crazy. You go and pull like the All-Pro team from 5 years ago. I bet you how many guys you'd be like, oh my god, I forgot about him.
Right.
You know what's weird? I'm watching. This isn't about the Chiefs, but I'm watching Alvin Kamara fade to oblivion.
It's just the way it's going.
Yeah, which is a fucking story as old as the sun, dude.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it's not that I didn't expect it. I expected it. I tried to move him in my dynasty leagues, but watching him and who's the guy that's taking over for him now?
Taysom Hill?
No.
Mark Ingram?
No. He's a wide receiver, but he's like, they're using him, and he scored. Oh god.
They're doing Saints things where they move players.
You can tell how dialed in I am to Saints football this year, right?
No,
the whole thing is Dennis Allen, disaster. Andy Dalton, disaster.
My problem
Taysom
is
Hill, disaster.
No pronunciation skills, and that's the real issue here.
Rashid Shaheed,
right.
That one's pretty easy.
No, I just didn't know. I just didn't know his name yet. He's been taking, man's a lightning bolt, and he's a wide receiver, but they've been using him in the backfield, and you just slowly see it. Like, wow, we're just moving away from this dude. So, it sucks. I feel it in my bones. You all right? And that's all I gotta say. So it's Chiefs -9, Steelers straight, Vikings straight.
You gonna lock that in on Thursday? We'll see how he feels on Thursday. You don't gotta lock it in.
Yeah, things
unless
might
something
change.
crazy happens.
Lines might move.
Minnesota becomes favorites, and then he's like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, and then you're like, "Oh, something's going on here."
And then I'm like, "Hammer Detroit plus
no.
155."
That's what they want to happen. They want 70,000 people to be like,
We
Detroit,
saw a move.
and
I'll be one of them. You know why? Because Jamal Williams is fun.
Yeah, Jamal Williams is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anything else, Brian?
No.
Are you all tapped out over here? I feel like you came alive in the second segment of the show.
Did I? I think I did.
A little bit.
Kind of eased your way into it. You won that fucking guess the lines, and you were like, you hulked up.
Well, there's little victories.
Every W is a
Sometimes
W.
you don't get any victories till 7:30 at night. So
Sometimes it takes 12 hours.
So at that when that happens,
Sometimes you just get your head kicked in
when
for
that
12
happens,
hours
they're
straight.
magnitude, like they're magnetized.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
yep.
Yeah. A lot of do or dies out there. I just want to say to everybody that good luck to everybody on all your fantasy.
Last week of fantasy football.
Whether it's playoffs and
for a lot of
league,
people,
and your league doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, or this is the last week and your league does know what they're doing, that's completely up to you. Also, if it is the playoffs this week for you, definitely fire your commissioner. Because
get a new league,
there
dude.
are
Make
so
new
many
friends.
buys this week.
Yeah, what are you doing?
It's just not right.
No.
It's just not right.
And if you do 2-week playoff formats, fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's also
1 week and go.
pretty loose.
1 week and go, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty lame.
We're not doing
That shows
foo-foo
me
lame
you have
shit.
no confidence in the do or die of your team. The
Yeah.
mentality. There's just well then I know it's for real and it wasn't a fluke.
And it's a playoff game and you
Yeah.
start 2 different
It's not
quarterbacks.
good.
I don't fuck with that, dude.
Yeah, don't
No
care.
way.
Don't care.
No chance. 1 fucking game. 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
Hit me with your best shot, dude.
I'm all in on that. I like that. So anyway, good luck to everybody that is in that position.
We're both in that position.
Yeah. So me and Jimmy play. Winner gets in. Loser probably
I
goes
clinched
on.
Loser needs help to
So-
stay in, but loser's not eliminated.
Yeah, Brian's in. That's
I'm in all 3. All Trace. The all Trace teams.
Brian started dead in the water
We're
and
on
is now in
vacation.
4th place in the league, and I started 4-0, and I'm now fighting for my
I'm
life.
in 3 out of 5.
That's how it be.
I'm in 3 out of 5, but 1 is the Parlay-Vous league, so I'm really in 3 out of 4. Like the one's the Vampire
Yeah,
League.
true. That's right.
So if you take the Vampire League out of it,
Not in the Parlay-Vous league, so technically I'm not in one.
so if you take the Parlay-Vous out of it, I'm 3 of 4.
But I view that as a group.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not counting the Vampire League, I'm 1 for 1.
You got to get yourself in more leagues.
No, I don't.
You don't have enough stress.
No, I don't,
Yeah,
dude.
you don't have.
I don't have enough time, dude.
There's
I don't
just
have enough
fucking
time to be
stress,
stressed
bro.
about bullshit, dude.
Whatever. 2 dynasty leagues. Very excited about them moving forward.
Trade away Garrett Wilson for
Yep,
Devontae
did it
Adams. So
again.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
See now, the other league, right, with the Damian Harris deal, that's a win. So you got to look at it at
Got to take the crookeds with the straights, dude.
And the other thing is, I was going through this. All right, this is how we're gonna close the show.
We're not closing the
We have
show
to do
because we have to
Thursday,
take a
so-
break and then do Thursday Night Football. But
Oh.
continue.
Yeah, I forgot.
Fucking okay.
Hold on.
See what I'm saying? He's all wound up, dude.
Hold on. All right, ready? You can only keep 16, so get your little fucking dados out. Start counting on your fingers. Ready?
Okay.
16 players is the most you can keep. You just tell me if you keep them or no. Okay? Mahomes,
Yeah.
Jeff Wilson, Damian Pierce, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase, Alvin Kamara, Foster Monroe. No, that's no finger up, right? Bo Knight,
Bam Knight.
Bam Knight, fuck him. Bo
Who's Bo Knight, dude?
Bam Knight. I have to keep the kicker and I have to keep the defense, so you got to lock those 2 in. 2 separately. You did that right.
Gotcha.
Okay. Naheem Hines, Alexander Madison, Gaineswell, Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Rondell Moore, Mike Williams, Jerry Jeudy, Njoku, Isaiah Likely. This is Dynasty, right? Isaiah Likely, McCole Hardman, and Javonte Williams.
So
got
I
you at
only
9.
got to 13.
I got you at 9.
You got 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I said no to Madison.
I said no to Madison.
I said
Well,
no.
you would now.
I
With
said,
13 left, you would add.
oh, well,
You
yeah.
would add Madison. You would add right. But it puts me in a precarious situation here.
I also didn't add. I didn't
Foster.
keep. No, definitely not Merrill. I didn't keep McCall Hardman because he's coming up on a contract. So
Yeah, so realistically, 4 have to go from this. So Hardman, Beckham.
I mean, I let Odell go. I'd let Juice Landry
Landry.
go.
Yeah.
One of those tight ends has to go. So
I would keep Likely and
are we building towards the future or are we trying to win? Because
Well, we're in first now, so it's tough.
because one of them's got to go. Here's the thing with Isaiah Likely. If Lamar goes at the end of the year, they're probably going to shift back towards more traditional style of football, and there's not going to be 3 tight ends on the field for 80% of the snaps. And now Mark Andrews isn't going anywhere. So it gets rough. You got to see what's going to happen with the style of play.
Yeah.
I feel like style of play gets overlooked the most in fantasy football.
That's why Dynasty's so fucking great. See, that's what I'm saying. I cut Kenny Galladay.
Like, people will just look and be
for
like,
Band-Aid.
oh, I don't want to say Amari Cooper because he has actually worked out good this year, but it's a good example. People look at Amari Cooper like, oh, Amari Cooper, he's been a great player. Let me go take him in the 5th or the 6th round of a fantasy draft. But then it's like, well, he's in Cleveland, and Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback, and even without that, they have Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, and they play very good defense, and they run the ball. So,
we didn't even talk about how bad he looked.
Oh, we can do that quick before we go into the break if you want.
I mean,
we all were kind of.
What was that?
We were all kind of on it that they weren't going to do
without
this.
the Browns' unbelievable defense.
Well, this is what I was saying before when I was talking about the Cowboys. It was the Browns. Pick 6, scoop and score, punt return for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
They won that game, whatever the final score was. 24 to...
it doesn't matter.
Whatever. Didn't score an offensive touchdown.
Well, didn't they have a safety too?
Might have had a safety
Whatever,
too.
But
They did not score an offensive touchdown the entire game. Deshaun did not look good, and we knew this. It's been over 700 days since he's played a football game.
I'm sorry, 27-14. He looked bad.
But what did we expect?
Nah,
he hasn't played.
I think he looked worse than I expected him to look.
No, I don't feel that way.
Okay.
I didn't have any feelings going into it.
I would have felt like he looked worse than I expected him to look if this was a team he played on even last year. Like if this was still Houston and he was coming back from not playing for 2 whole years and all of his guys were still there and he looked that bad, I'd be a little confused about it. But this is a brand new team, brand new weapons, brand new guys. From the end of preseason until week 11, he's not even allowed in the building. You're not allowed to speak to guys. You are on your fucking own, dude.
Yeah, but you're not throwing, dude?
Fine, he's throwing, but he's not throwing to Amari Cooper or throwing to Donovan Peoples-Jones or throwing to... How many... We talked about it with Matt Stafford last year. They went and got fucking coffee and breakfast every day at 5:30 and threw the ball 1,000 fucking times before practice started.
Okay, all I'm going to say is one thing, and then that's it, because I don't know. I didn't play. A fighter, when he fights somebody, they bring in people that match their styles. Right?
Okay.
Like, oh, I'm fighting Ngannou. I'm going to bring in guys who are Ngannou's size, who are throw like Ngannou, who have the same aura, mimicking Ngannou, right? We're really not, like, saying, a lot of our plays are drag routes, and Amari runs a drag route typically, and Amari's this fast. So let's get you on the practice field with guys like that.
100%. But still, every person is different.
He looked like dog shit.
It's different when, like, on air, Zach Wilson looks like a fucking all-pro on air, dude. Like, he jumped at least 2, if not 3 quarterbacks that he shouldn't have jumped off of one fucking pro day throw on air, dude. A lot of people look great on air. Well, you got to have a defense in there. Like, he's not even throwing against his own defense in practice since fucking training camp, preseason.
I just thought he'd look a little better. Not that I actually had money against him, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. We'll take a break. We'll go to Thursday Night Football.
Hello, beautiful people. As you all know by now, it is football season, the best time of year. But what that also means is that it's fall. And fall is also another great time of year, specifically for fans of Stay Thirsty Company. Why, you ask? Great question. Because all month long through the month of October, Stay Thirsty is doing Droptober. What that means is every single Friday for the month of October, they're dropping brand new products, brand new gear, brand new merch, hats, hoodies, t-shirts, whatever you could possibly imagine, you could get it at Stay Thirsty Company, all right? And I'll do you one better. Today, for our listeners, we got a 15% off discount for you. 15%. I know, we're basically giving it away at this point. All you've got to do is go to staythirstyco.com. That's staythirstyco, staythirstyco.com. And when you get to checkout, you put in promo code HAVOC, HAVOC, for 15% off your total purchase. Stay Thirsty Co. Drop the OY and focus on you. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. As always, best way to support the show is to support the sponsors. You support the sponsors, you're supporting the show, you're supporting the boys, helping us get out of the basement, chase a dream. All you got to do to help all of that happen is go to the sponsors, use promo code HAVOC at checkout, social media, HOH Podcasting, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Thursday Night Football, we got an absolute fucking showstopper, barn burner of a matchup. Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams, including this Thursday night, have 5 standalone games remaining in the year.
Okay.
It's awful. What do you mean, okay?
What do you mean 5 standalone games? What do you mean by that?
Like, there's no other game on when they play.
Oh. I didn't know what you meant.
Yeah, I didn't know by that either.
Like, it's either prime time.
To watch it.
It's either a primetime game or they have one of the Christmas Day games this year. Like, they have.
You know what? I really.
You know what? When did they play last
They
year?
might flex
When did
that,
they play
though.
last week? They can't flex Christmas Day. That's done, dude. When?
No, they can't.
No way.
No.
When did they play last week?
I thought they played.
Because I'm thinking about it now. There's only 4 weeks left, so.
Was it Monday night?
No.
No, that was Colts Steelers, right? Last Monday.
So maybe it's only 4 because there's only 4 weeks left.
I know.
Right? 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, no, there's 5 weeks left. So I think it's 5 going forward. Absolutely abysmal. I'll tell you right now. We said the line was what, Brian?
The line is going to be. I just had that too. -6 for the Raiders.
Tremendous. I'm going to take Vegas -6. Devontae anytime. Josh Jacobs anytime.
I like Devontae.
That's my
anytime.
action, dude.
I'll let you know where we're at right now. Let me pull it up for you. So, they put their pictures next to it on DraftKings.
Yeah, fucked up.
Look at that.
So, this Thursday, their Thursday night game. Week 15, their Monday night game. Week 16, they are I just had it. Where'd it go? They are the
That's Christmas Day, right?
Christmas Sunday night game. Well, Sunday 4:30 game. And then week 17, they are the Sunday night football game. And then week 18, they are, hope not playing. They are 1 o'clock. Thank the fucking Lord. So yeah, you're right, 5 in a row. And the 6th one is the last week of the season.
Love that. Good stuff. What did someone throw that together for me and get odds on that?
Oh, yeah. I was actually doing that right now.
Oh,
it's going to be. Hold on. Forgot the same game parlay it. So you're actually going to move down to 5.5 on the same game, at least for DraftKings, it looks like.
It's incredible.
And then we got Jacobs, we got Adams, and that's going to take it to plus 330.
Jacobs anytime, Adams anytime.
Raiders -5.
Raiders -5.5 plus 330.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'll take it. You know, they're fucking garbage. I'll play the Raiders up to 7. 7.5 is when I might start getting dicey. 7.5 is where I'd play them too. But plus 330, I'll take it.
Those
Cam Akers is plus 155, and they're handing him the ball.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I just don't know how much scoring the Rams are going to do.
Yeah, I know. It is wild odds though. Like Van Jefferson plus 320. Like so, outside of Cam Akers, the first 7 players are Raiders with the lowest odds. It's not until you get to. I'm sorry, 6 rather. It's not until you get to Higbee.
Yeah.
Plus 280.
And I just feel like betting on Skoranek at plus 320 is fucking wild to me, dude. Light your money on fire. How about that? Guy's playing tight end and fullback.
Jacobs and Adams both plus 550 for first.
Dude, I would rather take Derek Carr at plus, what is that? Plus 850 than any Rams players. How's that sound? I'd rather take Carr on a naked boot or a fucking QB sneak
what about
over.
Atwell?
No way. No chance, dude. They're miserable. The Rams are a miserable football team this year. And even if Baker, I think Baker's done personally. Stick a fork in him, it's over with as a starter. Apparently what I saw was he would be willing to sign there as a backup next year.
So, what are we doing this year? Is he playing this year? Or is
Baker?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he got claimed on waivers, but he's he's a free agent at the end of the year.
Retire, though?
Who knows? Who knows?
We know Donald probably is like, all right, I came back. And for what? You know,
I'll
Well-
probably go over in this game.
over 44,
Yeah.
based on what the Raiders come out heavy and then take the gas off a little bit. Rams come back.
Rams find a way to get one.
Yeah. One or two.
Derek Carr give him one.
Yeah.
Is this the Derek Carr's going to give him one bet? Which I'm all for. Like, more often than not, Derek Carr will throw teams into the game.
I'll give you your stats. Raiders have failed to cover the spread in each of their last 8 games as road favorites.
This is different, though.
This is a bad team.
This team is a dumpster fire, dude. It goes so far beyond bad.
The Rams are on a 6-game losing streak.
Rams first drive result touchdown plus 400.
Dude, no chance. If they, I understand that because it's not going to happen.
No, I just think it's crazy that it's that high.
How about this? Let me hit you with this, Chief and Chief. If the Rams don't get 2 more wins this year, they will have the fewest total of wins the season after winning a Super Bowl in the history of the NFL. The 1987 Giants had 5 wins, and I forget the other team had 5 wins. Rams currently have 3. So if they don't get to 5 or better, they're going in the record books for all the wrong reasons.
For a bad record.
And then who knows? McVay could go retire and fuck off and do TV at 39 years old, 40 years old, however old he is. Stafford could go retire and spend time with his family. Aaron Donald sure as shit going to retire. How instantly do you think he regretted that decision to come back?
Probably around
Week 2?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Week 2 maybe? It's a sad state of affairs because they're struggling in Los Angeles with football in general.
Yeah.
Every fucking game there's an away game. The Chargers and the Rams got to play 17 fucking away games every year. It's
Pretty much.
ridiculous. So it could get it's going to be a sad situation in Los Angeles going forward on both ends of the spectrum because the Chargers were so beloved in San Diego. They got to be killing themselves right now.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, Los Angeles Chargers just doesn't hit the same.
Well, I think they were, then they left,
Right.
and they
The
came
San
back.
Diego Chargers just
They're another team that's just awful. Absolutely awful. Quarterback having a Herculean effort in Herculean performance in a losing effort with a bad offensive line and less than stellar receiver help. Who does that sound like?
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, but before Justin Herbert.
Oh, you're talking about Philip Rivers.
Talking about
Yeah,
Philip
talking about
Rivers,
Phillip
dude.
Rivers,
Yeah, it's just some shit doesn't change, bro. Leopards don't change their spots, you know? And that's what the Chargers are as an organization. They're one giant leopard.
It does
got-
feel like they lose games the same way they were losing games.
It's just the same
Phillip
fucking
Rivers.
story with them, dude. Just the same old song and dance. Social media quarterback Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
You got any more silly facts?
No, they weren't good. Here's a fucking fact for you. I want to take the Raiders to make the playoffs.
That's what you're looking at right now?
Mm-hmm. 3-game win streak, 5-7. Thursday night game versus Rams should be a gimme. We in agreement or we don't? We don't agree.
Yeah, it should be a gimme.
Then they play the Patriots.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's there. I just...
Dolphins.
If
Jets
they
are
get
a
in,
huge
the
shot,
Jets
right?
probably don't get in.
They're plus 700
The Raiders?
to make the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just... They don't get in and the Jets get in, right?
What are the... No way. What are the Giants odds?
So
to
I
make
can't
the
do it.
playoffs?
Can't be tremendous.
Give me the number.
What were the Jets?
Well, that's I'm gonna make you guess that too. So no,
Oh.
so that's a big no. I will give you.
Oh, you're asking
I
for
will
us
give
to
you.
guess?
I will give you. You could pick another team, and I'll give you their number, and then you can base it off of that.
Fine. What are the Commanders' odds?
There you go. You're such a fucking smart motherfucker. Yes is minus 165. No is minus. No is plus 135.
I would say for the Giants, yes.
Plus 350.
I was
Giants
going to
are-
say 250.
You're saying yes to make the playoffs is
Minus 250. Well, yeah, sorry.
Plus, yeah.
Plus 250.
to make the playoffs is
Yes. Plus
plus
250.
Plus 350.
minus 120.
Oh.
Really?
No. No way.
I don't feel that confident.
Okay.
No way, Jose.
Let's do the Jets. Do you need a warm-up team, or you feel good? You're just
Nah.
gonna go into it?
No, the Jets have like a 38% chance of making the playoffs per ESPN stats and info. I'm going to go with plus 190.
I was gonna say plus 140, but I don't know.
To make the playoffs is plus 100.
Plus 100.
To not make the playoffs is minus 120.
Even money on the Jets to get in the offs, huh? And then great. You know what? If the season ended today, wild card Jet. You know what the reward is for the Jets after 10 fucking years of terribleness? Guess what the reward would be? Arrowhead Stadium, Pat Mahomes.
Chiefs, yeah.
That's what what the reward would be if it ended
Let me
today.
hit you with something stupid. 49ers to miss the playoffs. Brock Purdy.
Plus 400.
Plus 550.
Plus 850.
Plus 850. Wow. So they're like, yeah, it'll be good. They'll be fine.
Which I think they will be. Defense travels, running game travels.
The playbook's not built for a quarterback that really depends on the quarterback.
No.
Kind of just as long as
this is an offense that's been orchestrated by Jimmy G to get them this far.
Here's a wild one.
It's not like they lost Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady to make the playoffs is.
It's got to be like minus 285.
Minus 170.
Minus 750.
750?
That division's so bad.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They're the division leaders, so they have to get in at 6-6.
And they got a big win last night.
And I
forgot.
Some would say huge win. Some would say huge.
Let's see a few others. Let's see. Packers.
No,
we don't care about the Packers, right?
I don't want to do that.
What about the Lions? 2 games out. Plus.
What that just tells me is that it's not worth it. So it's probably no more than plus 220.
No, it's plus 700, the Lions.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Miami Dolphins to make the playoffs.
That's got to be minus 3.
Minus 650.
Damn.
Well,
but it's plus 450 for them to not make the playoffs. Which.
Well, you're betting on the wheels falling off there.
Seattle to not make the playoffs.
Mike White comes to town and fucking.
Where's Seattle in this scheme here? I don't know about all that. What? Seattle to not make the playoffs is plus 300.
Well, the NFC is awful this year.
But the Commanders are literally right there.
Yeah, but Commanders and the Giants are going to cannibalize each other, yeah.
Interesting.
What that is a scheduling gift. You are now in a situation where you just do what you got to worry about because they're at a point now where they both can't get in over them. As long as you keep winning, the Giants and Commanders both cannot remain in over you because they have to play each other again. So it's up to you still. Now, if you drop one this week, now we got a situation. Say you drop one this week, the Eagles take the Giants. Now we got a situation where maybe both of them could get in over you, All
right, here's
the door opens back up.
Ready? Super Bowl exact. Okay, you got to name the team in the East and name the team in the AFC and NFC. Hold on. I want the lowest odds. Give me the correct lowest odds. It sits at plus 1,400.
Minnesota, Kansas City. That seems easy.
Kansas City's definitely one of them.
Wrong.
I mean Buffalo, but
Kansas City's one.
No.
Was it Buffalo?
Buffalo is one.
Buffalo's one in the AFC.
Is it Buffalo, Philly?
NFC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one against the one? I thought you were trying to trick me.
No, I'm just, throw out a Super Bowl combination and we'll get out of here.
Kansas City, Minnesota.
Okay. Gotta find it. Got it.
Am I trying to guess what the odds are? I have no idea.
You can if you
I have
want.
no idea what the range is on this
6,000.
kind of bet.
6,000. Not that I think they'll make the Super Bowl, but just for shits and giggles. Give me Chiefs and the Cowboys.
Bengals and Cowboys are 6,500.
Okay.
And Chiefs and Cowboys are 4,500. Interesting. Just so interesting.
I don't know. I think I might fuck around and make a Cincinnati to win Super Bowl bet.
Oh, I got you. Don't worry. Fuck, I did it again, you fucking scumbag. Plus 1,200.
For Cincinnati.
Yeah, I might fuck around and take that. We'll see how the week goes.
See, this to me makes me want to fight somebody. Okay? I'm going to go in order from the favorite to the least favorite, okay? Bills. Everyone feel good?
Yeah.
Chiefs. Everybody feel good?
Yeah.
Eagles. Everybody feel good?
Yep.
Cowboys. Everybody feel pretty good?
Yep.
49ers plus 1,200. Everybody feel good?
Yeah.
They're tied with the Bengals at plus 1,200.
Yeah, I
Still
feel fine
pretty
about
good,
all
right?
that.
Okay, good. Bucks at 1,800.
Give him the respect of Brady, I guess.
I just don't feel that way.
Above the Vikings.
Here's the thing, though, right? The Bucks are in a situation here where they're going to wind up backdooring themselves into the 4 seed, which gives them a playoff game against the
A home game.
Yeah, it gives them a home playoff game, and it could be the Giants or the Commanders. So they're essentially getting themselves a fucking week 1 bye.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude. You don't think the Giants could beat the Bucks?
No,
I do.
I don't. But that I'm sure we may have a chance to have that
And that's
conversation
Seattle,
down the line.
first of all.
It would also, yeah, I mean
It
Seattle
would
would.
be Seattle right now.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm taking the Giants to win the Super Bowl.
All right.
I'm throwing some scratch on it, dude.
Anything else?
Dude, 10 wins, 1,500. Let's blow the show up. Let's go. Let's blow it up.
Brought to you by House of Havoc Podcasting, Tiger Pack Productions, Sachi Di Dinero, Stay Thirsty Company, Dino Skate Park, Justin's Chop Shop at West Hampton Beach. Peace out.
Stay tuned.